How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map update for a mod map here on Farming Simulator 25 for PC and Mac only, called FrechDachs Map 4X. And currently there is a history of a new save game being required. Please take note where you started your save game in comparison to the changelogs available. If your current save game is prior to the changelogs that requires a new save game, then do not update your save file unless you're willing to potentially break your current save. This is for changelog 1.3.0.0, and it reads, with version 1.3.0.0, you will need a new save game. Grass and field grass can now be harvested with a forage harvester mower, adjusted LOD distance for the grain trade, adjusted realistic ground deformation, added translations for the following languages: BG, CZ, DK, ES, FI, HR, HU, IT, JP, KO, NL, NO, PL, PT, RO, RU, SE, SK, TR, ZH. Adjusted clip distance of several objects. Fixed standard warning foliage LOD 1 mesh meadow, grass, and field grass. Adjusted animal feeding. Added in-game help. Added 32 ground angles. Added adjusted animal barns. Adjusted bale sale and the grain AG. Added Giants Patch 1.11 changes. Added custom productions: fertilizer, seed, lime, feed production, water disposal, separator, and composter. Adjusted production cycles for large and small grain mills and bakeries. Added gameplay tips to the start menu. Adjusted mission vehicles. Stone mission has been added. Greenhouses adapted. And that is it. So let's start at the top and work our way down. It says, with version 1.3.0.0, you will need a new save game. Grass and field grass can now be harvested with the forage harvester mower. So if we take a look at the buy menu over here, let's see. Nope. Nope, there we go. That's the right combination of buttons. Here we go. So we go to the harvester's headers. You can see this one here at the bottom left-hand corner. Well, technically at the very bottom middle of the screen, the left-hand side of that is the listing for grass. That's that icon with the several blades of greenery there. And then over to the far right, that is the field grass symbol. So that is confirmed. We can now harvest our grass and field grass using a mower for the forage harvesters. Adjusted LOD distance for the grain trade. Adjusted realistic ground deformation. Added translations for the following languages: BG, CZ, DK, ES, FI, HR, HU, IT, JP, KO, NL, NO, PL, PT, RO, RU, SE, SK, TR, and ZH. Adjusted clip distance of several objects. Fixed standard warning foliage LOD 1 mesh meadow, grass, and field grass. Adjusted animal feeding. Now, this one I'm kind of sort of confused about. So if we take a look at our build menu right here, we go into our animals. The reason I'm confused about this is because what I think this is referring to is that you see how our cow barn, normal cow barn, doesn't require us to put water in it. Doesn't require it at all. But if we go down to the FrechDachs Map 4X mods, those are the mods specific to this map, you'll see that that same building requires you to put water in it. Now, the only other thing that I can think of that this might be is if we look at the cow barn itself, maybe, the percentages may have been adjusted to kind of have better production rates. So you can see how down the bottom right-hand corner it says TMR, total mixed ration, 100%. It's going to give you a full productivity of your animals that you have. The hay is 90%. So I think that is different. I think that is actually very much different. Silage gives you 60%, grass 80%, and meadow 80%. So all that is, yeah, I think that's all kind of adjusted in that regard. And my guess is that likely you're going to get something similar with the feed amounts for the other animals as well. You can see here, like chickens, this is actually a really good example because normally they just need base food, but you can see base food plus grains plus root crops. So yeah, that's a big adjustment right there. Let's see. Next thing we have here is added in-game help. So if we go to the start menu and go all the way down to the bottom here, go to help, you can see up at the very top where it says base game. We scroll one to the right, it says FrechDachs Map for X, and it gives you all of these things here. So you got the additional crops. So we can, let's see, there we go. So we can scroll down and it gives us all the additional crops here, such as spelt, rye, triticale, silage maize, green rye, and vetch rye. We also have cover crops here, so you can see we got oilseed radish, mustard, and hummus active. Then we got green crops, so we got grass, meadows, and field grass there. Now animals, so this is where it kind of gives you the kind of insights here. So we'll just read through the cows and water buffalo real quick. Feeding has been adapted for the map. These ingredients can also be added to TMR. In suitable equipment barns, straw can be used both in round bales and square bales. Cows and water buffalo will give milk from 27 months of age shortly before first calving. Input and output have been increased and more finely graded, about double the amount of the base game. The value of grass feeding has been increased. Now grass provides 80% productivity. Holstein cows are more expensive to buy and consume more feed, but have better milk yield than brown Swiss. Angus cattle are more expensive to buy, but achieves a higher sale price than limousines. The best price for beef cattle is at 20 months of age. Cows and water buffaloes require 200 square meters per animal on the pasture. So those sound like pretty big adjustments. And then lastly, we got this production chains menu where it gives you all the additional stuff that's specific to this map as well. Let's see. Next one we have is added 32 ground angles, adjusted animal barns. So what I think this one is like what I was pointing out before. So as we've been kind of walking through and talking about this, it's these ones here where you require water for the mods specific to this map, animal barns. So like this one here requires water, and it's across the board too. So you can see horses require water in the barns for the mods specific to this map. And even if we look at chickens, that's going to be a really good example. This is actually adjusted because this requires chicken feed as a separate input as well. So that's going to kind of stand out. You can see that symbol if you look at the bottom left hand corner on the far right side. That is the chicken feed symbol, and that is part of a production point now, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Let's see. Next one is adjusted bale sale at Grain AG. So that, if we take a look at the map, down here at the bottom, we've got this area here, number 11. If I click into this, you can see Getrid AG. That is, I actually looked this up, that's Grain AG. And then if we go here, you can see we got Getrid AG. We visit. This is the bale sale portion of it. So this is what's been adjusted here. Added Giants Patch 1.11 changes. Added custom productions, fertilizer, seed, lime feed production, water disposal, separator, and composter. Well, let's take a look at, there we go, productions, scrolling all the way down to the bottom. There we go. So you can see we do have a biogas plant. It wasn't listed in that kind of grouping there, but these ones were. So you got the small grain mill multi-fruit. And this is, again, one that is specific to this map. And actually here, let's, you know what, let's go to the main farm, because we're going to show those off here in just a second anyways. Visit, there we go. So you can see all this stuff's right here. Just want to back up just a bit. So let's go ahead and plop that one down there. And, oops, plop that down next to it. There. So you can see, if we go to our, there. So this will produce things like barley flour, oat flour, rice flours, rye, sorghum, spelt, and wheat flour. So specifically the rye and spelt are two flours in addition to our normal flours. And you can see again, we got the same thing with the small production point here as well. And you're just going to see the biggest difference in the cycles per month. Possibly the recipe as well, but let's see, 30 to 22 flour, 30 to 22 flour. So no, cycles per month is a big difference. Let's see, we also got bakeries, small and large. We've got the fertilizer production. Let's go ahead and place that one down right there. Next one is the feed production. Place that down there. the compost, the seed, the separator, the lime. Let's see. Somewhere, do I own land somewhere? Running out of space. There we go. And that is it. That's all of them. So let's go ahead and check out these productions. So compost would be first. So you can make your compost from a combination of grass, straw, and chaff. That'll give you a compost. And actually that really takes down your amounts big time. So 1,000 liters of grass, 1,000 liters of straw, 2,000 liters of chaff to 1,000 liters of compost. So that's a big drop. Next one is hay, straw, and chaff, and wood chips, straw, and chaff. So you're going to lose a lot of product doing this. So hopefully that means that if you sell this stuff, it's going to be worth a pretty penny. Let's take a look. So we got compost is right down here. Not really. So 608, and it doesn't say any fluctuations, but you can sell it off. You can also buy it too. So let's see, going back to here. I mean, really, like this one here, grass, straw, and chaff, they're not expensive products. So you are going to make some money, but you're going to lose a lot of product too. Yeah, I don't know. These might not be good return on investments. This might be something to do a little research on and see if that would be worth it based on those recipes. Then we've got the feed production. And you see the first things first here is chicken feed. And we scroll all the way down. You can see we can make chicken feed in this recipe using wheat, barley, corn, carrots. That gives you your chicken feed. And that looks like a 1-to-1, so that's good. And then we've got wheat, sorghum, corn, and carrots. Again, that's going to be your 1-to-1 for chicken feed. We can also make mineral feed here, pig feed, and TMR. Now, looking at the mineral feed, this requires canola, sugar beets, and lime. And then the next one, wheat, sugar beet cut, and lime. Then pig feed, we can use potatoes, sugar beet cut, sorghum, rye, and sunflower, as well as sugar beet cut, triticale, spelt, sunflower, and carrots. Then we got TMR. So this one requires silage, grass, mineral feed, and straw to get out your TMR. And then lastly, we've got the silage, straw, and hay. So not too shabby. Those are like good combination recipes right there. And yeah, based on what I can see there, it looks like it's a 1-to-1 ratio as well. So very nice. Next one is the fertilizer production. So you can see here we can make liquid fertilizer and we can utilize that. Oh, using the compost and water. So that's where you're going to start seeing your good return on investment is going downstream. So taking that compost and using it, adding water, which can be free, and putting that into here to where you're going to get liquid fertilizer out of it. That's going to be a good one right there. Let's see. And we got water and solid fertilizer. It makes 2,000 liters, so you're not losing any product. And same thing here, you're not losing any product. Silage additive. Now, this is a good one here. It's always good to be able to make your own silage additive. With digestate and liquid fertilizer, that's not a bad recipe right there. Next one is your solid fertilizer using compost and manure. So that you're actually losing product. So you're taking 3,000 liters in and getting 1,000 out. So that's a 3-to-1 loss. This one's just as bad at 4-to-1. And then this one here, again, 4-to-1. So these are some big losses right here. So be prepared for that. But you do make a pretty penny off of fertilizers. Let's see. Lime production is next. And this one's more than just lime. Because you can see this is basically the cement factory plus lime. So some stones in, cement bricks, stones in, cement bags. You got stones in, roof plates, and stones in, lime. So you are taking another loss. It's almost a, what is that? A 1 to, 3/4 ratio. That's, pretty close. So you are losing a bit. Let's see, seed production. So this is corn and solid fertilizer for this one, and you are losing a bit of product here, just 100 liters of solid fertilizer. It's not too bad of a recipe. Rye, same thing. Triticale, same thing. And wheat, same thing. So that's a pretty decent one right there. And we saw the separator. Oh no, this is something different. Separator. You can take digestate plus manure, and it gives you water and compost. Okay, so this is a different way to make your compost. So this might be a better way, actually. Then we got slurry. We'll make Oh, a 1-to-1 ratio right there. So you can actually get water. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Water and compost. Next one is slurry and digestate will give you compost and herbicide. Okay, so that's nice. And then same thing here. You got digestate, manure, and slurry gives you compost, water, and herbicide. So very, very nice. So those are just some good productions be adding into this map. Next one says adjusted production cycle for large and small grain mills and bakeries. I showed that off just a second ago. We got added gameplay tips to the start menu. So I think that's when you're actually starting to load into the map. It'll give you those little tips and tricks down at the very bottom of the screen there as it's loading. Next one is adjusted vehicle or mission vehicles. Stone missions have been added. Let me see if I have any to show off. I don't see any stone missions at the moment, so nothing to show off there, but I will take their word for it. And greenhouses adapted. So again, if we take a look at the build menu, going over to greenhouses, scrolling down, you can see we have this. So we got the greenhouse for rice saplings, and you can see all the inputs there are solid fertilizer, water, seeds, liquid fertilizer, compost, and herbicide. Now give you your product out. So let's go ahead and put that down here. Next one here is for the medium tarp. And again, all those same inputs, but just different outputs. So we'll go ahead and put that one there. And then mushrooms, again, same exact thing. We'll put that one right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at our productions. Compost, greenhouse. There we go. This is the rice saplings one. So you got your water, seeds, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide to give you a rice sapling. So that's a pretty expensive recipe right there. So you're talking, seeds, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. Those are all very expensive products. So that's going to be something worth considering now. Is it going to be worth the kind of return on investment here? Again, water, seeds, solid fertilizer, and herbicide, and then water, seeds, compost, and herbicide. Let's see. The next one we have is this one here. So we can see, okay, each one of them has 3 recipes, it looks like. So we got water, seeds, compost, and herbicide. Water, seeds, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, liquid seeds, solid fertilizer, and herbicide. And gives you all the various outputs there. And my guess is that the next one right down here for mushrooms, yep, 3 recipes. And again, probably going to be similar ins and outs. So this one here is actually not too bad. You can see 10 water, 12.5 seed, 12.5 liquid fertilizer, and 12.5 herbicide gives you 50 gnocchi. So that's not too bad there. Looks like probably, yeah, a little bit of something similar. You're still losing, but nowhere near as bad as the other ones that we were seeing there. So the mushroom greenhouse is going to be pretty good. And let's see. And that's it. That is all the changes here for changelog 1.3.0.0 here on FrechDachs Map 4X. I hope you enjoyed this update, and if you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with the channel and enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.